Good afternoon. Hello, California, and everyone around this globe. Hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I'm just going to give you a second to get on um, and to join us. We are live. Hello, I'm excited that you all are with us. I hope that you all can hear me clearly. Join us. Go ahead and share, tag, type at highlights or at follow in the comments. If you are live on Facebook, we're also live on YouTube. Go ahead, you can share that with those who are not Facebook savvy that you know, and share the YouTube link with them. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm going to get this cough drop out of my mouth. All right. Just going to give you another 10 seconds to jump on, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. I hope everyone was able to share, tag, invite, tell somebody to join in. All right. So, okay. So now that we had share, tag, invite, we got that all out the way. I'm excited that you are live here with us on our capacity building program. This is our spend less to save, to serve more, and operate greater. So it's to spend less to serve more and operate greater. All right. And so I want to welcome each and every one of you who are on right now and maybe on later. Welcome to Wise Girls Inc. We are Well Informed Sisters Empowerment, and we are faith-based organization, and we also serve our local communities on the foundation of Jesus Christ. And so this is our free learning session for capacity building, nonprofit support. And some of you may be saying, what is capacity building and how does that apply to our organization? Well, capacity building is more of a corporate term. It's more of a corporate language used in the grant world of giving. And so just to make it simple and clear, capacity building is the work you do behind the scenes, all right? It is behind the scenes to make sure your mission can keep going for years to come. And we want to support by helping your organization to keep going. All right. I want you to think of your organization like this. When it comes to capacity building, we support you in tending to the roots of your tree rather than just looking at the fruit from your tree. And while your fruit is the good work you do in the community, like running a pantry, a food pantry, or a youth program, capacity building is about making the tree itself stronger so it can weather storms and grow bigger. All right. So you understand what capacity building is. It is something where we deal with the root of your tree, which is your organization. And so, in short, we support in strengthening the bones of your organization so you can do more, be more effective without falling apart. All right. And so, if you are a micro to small church or charity serving 1 to 50 members or volunteers, trying to do more with what you have, this is for you. All right. So, I hope you're sharing and inviting and letting others know to join on. If you're just curious, share with others. And so today we are keeping this simple. We're keeping this simple. We're keeping this real and practical because you don't need to be overwhelmed, but you need clarity, insight, and encouragement. And so before we go into our lesson session today, go ahead and comment watching. Let me know that you are watching. Go ahead and comment watching. If you are here live or catching the replay, go ahead and comment watching, watching, watching. Thank you for the hearts. God bless. And let me know if you are a church. Put in the comments, church. If you are a leader of your church, whether you're the pastor, whether you're the minister, whether you serve under the pastor, however, you're usher, put church. If you are a charity, have your own nonprofit charity, put charity in the comments. If you are watching for information, simply type info, info in the comments. And so please note that this lesson is mainly for nonprofit 501c3 organizations already in active status. However, if you are interested in startup, stay on this live and contact me by clicking the link in the captions. Okay. That's at WiseGirls with a Z.com/CEO. All right. So let's get started. Let's get started. Today we will be learning how to spend less in order to serve more. Isn't that what you want to do? You want to spend less so that you can serve more people that are in need or whatever the services you're providing. And so, point one, if you want to put in the comments, you can. Point one is cash donations. Go ahead, put that in the comments if you want to. Point one, cash donations. How do you spend less when you receive cash donations for the purpose to spend? And so you say to yourself, just as quick as the cash comes in, the cash goes out. The goal is we want to keep the cash. So your board is not trying to spend all the cash on buying toys, so to speak, for the holiday, for your holiday giveaway, your annual community service. They're not trying to spend all the cash on buying toys. And so when you look at it, you have to look at it as, how do I save the cash when we're trying to get toys to help those that are in need? And so when you need the cash for your venue, you want to make sure that you are able to sustain where you are doing or hosting your event. So the goal is to get as many donations in toys. So I'm just using this as an example so that you can save your cash for what's important. So we understand that the venue you may be using does not take toys as a down payment nor a payment. We can't pay in toys. We have to pay in cash. All right. So the goal is to get toys donated for the toy drive. And again, this is just an example that I'm using to get toys for the toy drive so that you can utilize the cash donations from the public for operation purposes. And especially if you are working with a limited budget. So the fact of the matter is, you have primary expenses to cover. And so my goal is to teach you how to save the cash donations that you receive from the general public for major needs. Because the goal is to keep the cash and utilize in-kind donations so that you can put the cash donations from the general public on needed expenses that directly further your organization's exempt purpose, including program materials, administrative overhead, and fundraising costs. And yes, it does cost to fundraise. It ain't free. It is not free to fundraise. And I know it's simple. It seems simple, but it does cost. There is an expense to fundraising. And so you may need to, just for example, you may need to spend cash on paid ads. So when you're doing a function, you're doing a community event, you may have to spend cash on paid ads, which is marketing and advertising. We know that social media is not taking gift cards as payment. So they're not taking in-kind goods as payment. You got to pay them cash. And so the funding that comes in cash um, needs to go towards paid ads, for example. So people have to know what you're doing. So when you're using the cash to pay for your ads, people have to know what you're doing. That's the purpose of paying for ads, so that you can get the word out. It's not enough to just post. You want to post on social media, tell your friends and family in your phone, and expect a massive group of people to show up. You have to put or invest in paid ads. And so I received um, help. I received support from those that are in certain um, uh, companies when it comes to ads. And one of them is that you need, as far as like you need printable things, you want to print things, you need to use the cash to print advertisement for your community event. And so I also needed a banner. And so I received help through my 501c3, because I had a 501c3 nonprofit, which I still have. But I received, and I also helped other 501c3s get free printed banners. Okay, don't miss it. I've helped them get free printed banners. All right, so this particular company makes a contribution to your organization by donating your own customized banner, right? So you say, you know what, my church need a banner. My, our outreach needs a banner. Our what we're doing, our mission statement, we need a banner. And so I have access to a company that will donate your customized banner. So whatever you want to put on the banner, they will design it for you for free and ship it to you for free. Costs you nothing. This is their contribution to nonprofit organizations. And so I want to ask you today, would getting a free banner help you save on expenses? Hmm? Would getting a free banner help you save on expenses? If you are interested in that information, just go ahead, put banner in the comments so I can work with you in getting you that free banner. And so that's one of the things you want to save when it comes to cash donations. You want to save on, as funding comes in, you want to save as far as like not putting funding out. You want to put that money on what it requires and what's important. And so now let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of restricted funds? So when it comes to cash donations, we understand that we must save. We understand that we must use our cash donations for major expenses and vital expenses. And we understand that it is our goal to get as much donations and in kinds and also cash as possible, so that you're not coming out of pocket more so for the event, you know. So you want to make sure that you're not putting all your cash into the event. You need the donors to donate the things that you need for your event or your community outreach. And so we must keep in mind, I just want to plug this in, that there are things called restricted funds. All right. And so restricted funds are funds that must be used based on what the foundation, the company, or donor is giving it for. So if they're giving you cash for something and they say, this is what I want to put the cash on and what I want my donation to go towards, you have to use those funds for that. And so restricted funds come with instructions, specific conditions set by the donor regarding how or when the money is spent. And so, and you are also expected to follow those instructions. So restricted funds is when they say, I want my funds to be used for this. I want my funds to be used for that. Because you have to remember, a nonprofit isn't something that someone owns. It's not a business like a LLC. This is a makeup of board members, because we are a nonprofit and we get what we get from the public. And so it is a public entity. It is not something that someone owns. All right. So I just want to plug that in there so that you know, this is why your donors can say, I want my donation to go towards clothing. I want my donation to go towards food. And so if you have, for example, if you have $100,000 restricted funds for your affordable housing project that someone gave, you can't take 20,000 of that to use it for other purposes or even financial emergencies. Okay. So that's like someone saying, um go get you some, someone go went to go get you some clothes for work. They say, hey, I'm gonna buy you some work clothes. I'm gonna get your hair done. I'm gonna get you some clothes so that you can wear for your job interview. And the next time they see you, you didn't use the money for what they gave it to you for. And so it is important when you are receiving donations to use the money what they have given it for. And so I want to bring you into unrestricted funds. Now, we dealt with restricted funds. So unrestricted funds are funds that can be used where it is most needed within your organization, that furthers the mission. All right. So the funding and the cash that comes in, it must be used in order to further the mission. It cannot be used for personal reasons. It cannot be used for, oh, I need to get my nails done. No, it has to be used for the purpose of the mission. So the good part about unrestricted funds is that it can be used where it is most needed within your organization that furthers the mission. So it's not like restricted. Okay, so the cash donations are unrestricted. This gives you more flexibility in how you operate. So if you want to clearly state how funds are unrestricted, a church or charity must use specific language in its solicitation materials and on donation forms. So when you have offering envelopes, you want to make sure you have an option for general fund. Right? So when you go on the website, sometimes you'll see general fund, whether it's a church, whether it's a charity. You want to make sure general fund is on there, because that is an option for when they give their donation, that it is unrestricted. All right. So I just wanted to plug that in there for you. And just to get to a biblical side of things, I want to bring you to, real quick, I want to bring you to Acts 4, verse 35, because again, we are a religious nonprofit organization, and we are on the foundations of Jesus Christ. And so Acts 4:35, the Bible says, distribution was made unto every man according as he had need. Now, what I'm saying and what I'm dealing with, what we do as far as charity, donations, all that stuff, offerings, that's already been done. So this is something that we are doing as following the blueprint. All right. And so Acts 4:35, distribution was made unto every man according as he had need. Now I want you to catch this. Sometimes we receive and then we spend based on desire. You ready? Not discernment. How many of you spent based on desire and not discernment? Um, but the but the early church shows us a different model. Resources came in, leadership was trusted, and distribution was based on need. And so when you distribute, it must be based on need. That means they didn't just spend because money was available, right? They spent based on what was necessary to support the people and the mission. And so this is exactly what I'm teaching you right now. Just because the cash comes in does not mean it should go right back out. That is the goal. It's making sure when the cash comes in, it doesn't go right back out, because we want our funding and our support to come from other places. We want to be able to limit how much we spend in cash so that we can put it on what is vital and what is important in case we have a need or a financial emergency. And so you have to ask yourself, what do we actually need right now? So when the finances come in cash, what do you need right now? What helps us operate? What helps us serve people effectively? And so I want to encourage you all to think about it. So when cash donations come in, slow down, use wisdom, and distribute based on need, not impulse. All right. And so let's go to point two. Point two is in kind donations. You can go ahead and put in kind in the comments. That's in dash kind. All right. Point two, in kind donations. Now let's talk about in-kind donations. Many people I consult are not familiar with this term. In-kind donations are non-cash support. All right. How many didn't know that? How many didn't know anything about in-kind? Have you heard of the word in kind? So these are in kind donations, and we collect in kind donations to help us preserve the cash that comes in so that we are not spending the cash, but we are using the in kind donations that come in so that we don't have to purchase those things. All right. And so in kind donations are non cash supports. If you're doing a clothing ministry, for example, clothes will be considered in kind, shoes will be considered in kind, accessories will be considered in kind, supply, services, time, property. We put a pause right there. Meeting rooms will be considered in kind. This is how you save on using your cash. A lot of people flip out when I say you can get property donated. You can get meeting rooms donated. We're in Torrance, and Torrance have meeting rooms that you can donate. You can apply for grants that will donate meeting rooms for the whole year. And that way you are saving on the cash that comes in through your fundraiser. Okay. Moving on. So that is in-kind donation, just to give you an example. All right. So I'm giving you some real deal stuff that, you know, um, people pay for. So so when you are operating your program, community effort, fundraiser, outreach, even breakfast, dinner, or prayer breakfast or empowerment workshop. There are so many things you can receive to support your efforts and help you save on expenses, depending on what you are doing. And so now I want you to see that this is important. Let's go over some ideas on how to get in-kind donations from the public. So if you are pushing a fundraiser and you are collecting cash as your fundraiser, the goal is that, I'm collecting cash for what? What are you collecting cash for? So we're going to get into that. But first, I want to show you how to get in-kind donations. We already went down the list of what in-kind donations are, and they are not cash. All right. So in-kind donations, and how to get those, you would, number one, ask. One of the things that I had to learn, which was also very scary at one point when it was my first time asking. You don't want to ask nobody. And so scripture talks about we have not because we ask not. And we're supposed to ask and supposed to seek and we're supposed to find. And so number one, if you need in-kind donation, number one, ask. Be clear and specific. Do not just say we need help. Come on, don't just say we need help. Tell them exactly what you need. Say, if you need socks for kids that are in need, tell them that. If you need coats for the winter, tell the public that. If you need school supplies, let them know that. Don't just say we need help. They need to know what they are helping and what they are supporting. Number two, if you're going for in-kind donations, reaching out to foundations. Reaching out to foundations that are set up and have money set aside to actually donate to your mission. And so reaching out to foundations, local businesses, companies, is not always as simple as calling or emailing. You have to discover how to do this. And so that's what I'm here for, to help you discover how to get in-kind donations that are not on the surface. All right. And so you can contact me by going to the link in the caption or later in the comments. I'll put in the comments for you. And so if you need help getting these in-kind donations to help you save on cash, save on just using the cash to buy the things you need for your outreach, contact me in the link, which is in the caption, and I will get with you and help you on that. All right. And so collecting in-kind donations helps you save on spending your cash. It helps you save. Now remember, in-kind is not cash, it is other resources. All right. And so it'll help you save on cash donations for your basic and vital needs that you are collecting. And so if you want to give brand new clothes to the needy, like infants and like for infants and children, um, I have some data that'll help you. All right. And so I want you to remember that in-kind donations are great help in saving in expense. All right. And so if you are going to do, um, for example, outreach, you're going to do, you give out clothes and you give out shoes and you're fundraising for those things. You need to collect the items that you need to put out for people that are in need or for the homeless. And so you can collect the items itself. All right. But while you're collecting those items, while you're collecting the clothes and the shoes, I'm just using this as an example because this is a common thing that we do when we say outreach, or when you hear outreach, you think of people giving away clothes and shoes and food and things of that nature. And so I want to encourage you, if you're going to do good, remember that doing good must be done in excellence. And so you don't want to chump it off. You want to do good in excellence. All right. And so you want the people to feel loved. You want the people to feel like they are cared about, and not just a feeling, but that you genuinely, because people could tell that you genuinely love and you care for them. You care about their well-being. You care about their welfare. And so you want people to know that you are there for them the best way your organization knows how and can do. All right. And so you want to be able to present yourself in that manner. And so let's talk real quick about serving basic needs with excellence. Number one, make sure, now again, this is about we're on in-kind donations when we're dealing with in-kind donations. So I'm just inserting things that I want you to keep in mind when you are serving the general public. And so, one, make sure the clothes are clean. If you are going to be serving people in that capacity, you're collecting clothes and you're collecting in kind donations regarding clothes, shoes, accessories, all that good stuff. Make sure the clothes are clean. Make sure the shoes are in good condition. They don't have no holes, no rips, no tears, no lint, or excessive wear. Iron the clothes if needed. All right. Iron the clothes if needed. So if you are saying that's too much, ironing clothes to give to someone in need, if you're saying that's too much, you can either you must be able to finance to back regarding purchasing new items or taking the clothes to the cleaners. You must be able to do all of that. But if not, a part of serving and doing good and helping others is doing it with excellence. All right. So making sure everything is properly done. Serving isn't just passing out items if you are in the outreach work. It is not just, oh, here you go. Oh, here, come get this, come pick this up. No, it is more to it. All right. So, it's more than just, come look in this bag full of items on the table. Did you go through the items in the bag? Did you check to see if there was any holes? Did you clean it? Did you prepare it before you present it to the public? It is important that you prepare what you're doing prior to presenting it to the public. That's what um, brings excellence to what you're doing. It's not just throwing it on the table and here anybody come pick it up. No, you want to prepare it for the people. You want to bring a sense of kingdom excellence to what you are doing. And so, what I would do, I when I used to, and I still do today, I would train others to do that. I would train others to check the bags. I would train others to look through the bags, um, just to take what people, like I just tell them, don't just take what people donated and just throw it up there. No, we need to look through it. We need to make sure it's clean. We need to make sure there's no stains. We need to make sure that is something they could wear. And I tell people all the time, don't give what you won't wear. That need a pause right there. Don't give what you won't wear. If you are done with it, if you don't wear it anymore or you can't fit it any longer and it's still in good condition, don't give what you will not wear. All right. And so that's how you serve the public with excellence. You must take this service and operate it with excellence. Not here you go. It's better than nothing behavior. And so when you are in the kingdom of God, you want to make sure you do things with excellence and have a good behavior about it. So I encourage you not to just put bags and boxes outside or inside your facility like it's a scavenger hunt for individuals and families in need. You don't want to treat them like they have to scavenger through. They already have to scavenger through their life. They want to feel like when they come to your establishment, they want to have a sense, you want to give them a sense of dignity and a sense of godly pride, um, instead of making them feel like they are the lowest of low. All right. And so I want to share something with you When we were collecting clothes some years back, we started receiving a lot of clothes, um, more than shoes. And again, that is called in kind donation. So when we started receiving clothes and shoes, that's in kind donations so that we don't have to spend the cash to buy the clothes. Okay. And so we started receiving clothes more than shoes before, um, and I would wash them. I would iron them. I mean, we had tons of clothes everywhere. I'm back there with a whole ironing board just iron away. This is before Facebook, I believe. I think it was some other social media out, but this was nothing that was posted or advertised or anything like that. But I'm sharing this testimony so that when you have it or have the heart to serve, you will make sure everything is in excellence. So I wanted the people that were in need to feel like they were shopping at a store full of free items. And that's what we did. We gave them free items. We did not charge the people at all. We didn't put it, like a for sale tag. We did not charge them at all. I never charged the people. We accepted donations and encouraged them to support the church by shopping at Food for Less and Rouse, because Kroger would, send us a donation when they put their number in at checkout. And so this is how we collected cash donations. And so that's how we're able to continue, by people donating the in-kind donation so that we can save on cash. We were able to ask for donations, and people would donate. And we would do that on a weekly basis, giving out clothes and shoes and things of that nature so that people can come and have a sense of pride. And it doesn't look like they're going through a scavenger hunt, just throwing stuff up there and say, hey, come get it. No, we need to do it with full, complete excellence. And so this is something that God knew that I had on my heart. He knew my heart desire regarding making the outreach like a store. And some of know of other, Goodwill and all of that. I wanted to make it like a store. I wanted the people to come and shop for the things that they needed without feeling like the lowest of low. And so I went somewhere in Gardena, on Artesia Boulevard. There was a clothing store that was closing down. And so I saw that store closing down, and I went inside and I asked if they were taking the clothing racks, wall panels, um, the stuff that was in the store. I asked them whether they're taking that stuff with them. The guy said no, and they blessed us to receive them. So this is what you call in-kind donations for your mission. And so they donated hangers, they donated sturdy metal clothing racks, wall panels to hang items. And so instead of purchasing these things with cash donations, right, because we want to save on cash, this store that went out of business donated in kind gifts to us, to the church, which were things that we needed to make our outreach look like a store. And so God knew that was on my heart to do that. And so instead of using the cash to buy the clothing racks, to buy the shoe racks, to buy the hangers, things of that nature, He allowed me to see a store closing down and was able to get those items donated to the church. Wow. So we're able to save the cash and utilize the in-kind donations from a closing store. Okay, I just gave you a plug right there. You see a closing store, you need to find out if they would donate the items that you would need to do your outreach so that you can hang the clothes up when people come and get them. You can put the shoes on the shoe rack like they are at a store instead of, like I said earlier, a scavenger hunt. Instead of throwing big garbage bags on the table or boxes and saying, hey, dig through that. No, we do these with excellence. Pull those clothes out, fold them up, make them look neat, hang them up on hangers, dress it up, make it appealing. Do it with excellence from your heart. so that people can see and say, you know what, I like what they're doing and I want in on it. I like how they're doing things with excellency and I want to donate to it. I want to be a monthly donor. I want to be a weekly donor. So when you do things the right way and God sees it, oh, I'm telling you, He is going to bless you so you can save the cash. You can use the cash for important reasons, vital reasons, or even, God forbid, emergency reasons. And so God favored us to save the cash and use His favor. So God will favor you by causing men to give into your bosom. You know that scripture already, some of you. And so I created a space inside and outside where people felt like they were at a clothing store. And I wanted to remove the weight of their reality. You know, there is a weight of people's reality when they are in need, and they are desperate. And so, just to plug this in here real quick, when you are doing missions work, I want you to know that that is so important. It helps prevent theft. It can help prevent theft. When people are desperately in need, they get desperate and they start to do things that are against the law. But if they see you serving the community, you are in a place that you serve and you help others with in kind donations that you receive, they are less likely to go out there and steal Pampers. They're less likely to go steal food. Now, granted, we in the world where people do bad things, but when you are serving your community through the in kind donations, you are also helping prevent theft, and you're also helping the economy. All right, I just gave you something for your donation request letter. and so, um, and so, I want to leave you this scripture regarding our in kind donations. It says, "He that is faithful in that which is he that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much." So I want to encourage you to remain faithful to collecting donations, remain faithful in getting those grants that come in for your mission. All right. And you can reach out to me using the link in the caption, wisegirlswithaz.com/CEO, and I will work with you and help you. All right. And so another part of in-kind donations that is non-cash is volunteers. All right. So did you know that volunteers are also in-kind support? It is college students that need credit, individuals needing community service hours, people in between jobs, people looking to gain a skill to add to their resume, retired workers, and so on. So, volunteers are called in kind donation support. They're donating their time to support the organization. And so, when you have volunteers, I want to encourage you to track your volunteers' hours, track their services, track the things that they do, which is very important, especially when you go for large grants, cash grants, and things of that nature. And so some of your volunteers may be under externship. Some people have never even heard of the word externship. And so I had never heard of the word externship um, until a college contacted Wise Girls years back before the pandemic about sending their students over to do some externship for the organization. I'm just saying it slow so you can write it down. So some of your volunteers may be under externship or internship. You can allow your volunteers to use your organization, as we have done this plenty of times, use your organization as a reference, especially if they are applying for a job, they're going to a college, they need to be able to use you as a reference. And this is good, especially if you have volunteers that are dealing with hardship or things of that nature. Be there for that person. Be there, be a support when they're going through hardship. That's the whole point of us coming together and doing a community effort so that we can show love to one another. And caring for others, it helps when you care for others. Show them how to be self-sufficient. Show them how to be selfless when they come and they volunteer for you and they are experiencing hardship or unemployment, or never worked a job before in their life. And so that is volunteers are also a part of um, in kind donation support. And so the key is this: in kind support reduces your expenses without touching your cash budget. All right. Because the cash budget needs to be used for what people require when you're doing things. Like I said, they're not going to take in kind as a payment. They want cold hard cash. And when I say cash, that includes if you're paying by credit card or check, or Zelle or what have you, however you're paying for um, the sustainability of your organization. And so point three, which is the last thing, point three, and we're gonna go. Point three is, you can put this in the comments too, nonprofit discounts. All right. I want to tell you today, don't discount the discount. Don't discount the discount. All right. So many organizations are paying for things right now that they can receive a nonprofit discount on. For example, there are websites that nonprofit organizations and churches are paying for right now that they can receive a nonprofit discount for. Um, there are digital tools you can receive a nonprofit discount for. There are software, supplies, and bulk items that you can receive nonprofit discounts for. There is a particular nonprofit organization that you have to qualify. You have to go through the process, but they provide items in bulk. Now, whether some of them they are all digital, and or they are actual items, tangible items. All right. But if you are going to take advantage of these discounts, some of these do not come directly from the company. So some of them require you to be properly registered, be connected to certain platforms or networks, know where to go. You got to know where to go. You have to know how to access these opportunities. But this is what I am here for. All right. So I can help you get these nonprofit discounts. And so let's get you these discounts. If you are a 501c3 nonprofit, many of these opportunities are available. All right. So if you want to access discounts on tools, bulk brand new items, from major stores, meeting spaces, streaming tools, etc., contact me. I'm going to share some discounts for free with you. Of course, it's based on your state, your location, your city, and what they're offering. But contact me. The link is in the caption. Simply go to that link, wisegirlswithaz.com/CEO. And I want to give you a little plug for the churches and for those that use StreamYard. If you are using StreamYard as a church or a charity, um, StreamYard has nonprofit discount. So if you watch this entire video, you will get this data. So contact me and I will help you. If you have your 501c3, I will help you and provide the data that you need so that you can get your StreamYard nonprofit discount. And they used to do 1 month free for nonprofits. That's their contribution to um, nonprofit organizations. So I have to check, but I believe they still do also 1 month free, and then you also get your nonprofit discount. So whatever they're charging now, you pay less than what, a certain percentage less than what the general public will be paying. All right, and so lastly, if you need me to review what your church or nonprofit is currently paying pertaining to your organization needs, especially digital or software, monthly, if you're paying monthly or annually, contact me and let's discuss how to spend less to serve more. Again, go to wisegirlswithaz.com/CEO and submit your intake form and book your consultation so that I can help you identify where you can save. And I love to do this. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy helping people, helping organizations excel and do well behind the scenes. All right. And so I hope this was insightful and helpful to you. I love doing what I do, not only for you, but for God. And so, again, go to the link that's in the caption, wisegirlswithaz.com/CEO. Or if you want us to text it to you, you can go to 712-986-6512, 712-986-6512, and we will send you the link so you can get started to schedule a one-on-one with me. All right. And so if you like to be of help, you can help us by continuing this capacity building nonprofit support to underserved churches and charities. You can make a donation, a small donation of $5, $25, $50, or any amount you desire by clicking. If you're watching Facebook, you can click the button and the donate button and make your donation there. Or you can go to our Zelle. The information is in the caption. You can go to Cash App. The information is in the caption. Or you can go to our website directly, wisegirlswithaz.com. So I hope this was insightful and helpful. I just want to acknowledge those that came on to the session. Uh, Elder Tajanice Robertson, she tuned in. Sister Ladania, she's tuned in to support, get information for her church. Tabitha, she's here and she tagged Andrea. And so I want to appreciate each and every one of you who have tuned in to receive this data. All right. Thank you for watching. Gabe, I think it's Cabral. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining our free session. If you like, please go ahead and tag some more people. Go ahead and share this data. If you need to reach me, go to the link in the caption and we will reach out to you and create a one-on-one so that we can get you those nonprofit discounts and also help you save on the cash donations that go out. You want to be able to save on those. All right. So have a wonderful day. We will see you another time. Bye-bye.